Buddy, I'm taking you to 4 of the best sandwich spots in Los Angeles today, starting here right now at Langer's. They are known for the sandwich, the number 19. It is a hot pastrami sandwich, Russian dressing, coleslaw, Swiss cheese on their signature rye bread. That is amazing. Man, we are eating good today. You hungry?
I'm very hungry. We're back in LA. Happy to be here again. Sandwiches, one of my favorite foods. I think they count as kind of their own cuisine.
I would say so. Yeah,
I'd
I
say
think so. Today is going to be amazing.
Hey.
World famous number 19.
19.
Thank you so
Nice,
much.
amazing number 88.
Here it is, man. The sandwich we came for, the number 19.
All right, man.
Dude, you kidding me? Let's look at this.
This looks like a hell of a sandwich.
I have so much to tell you about the sandwich, but first we got to take a bite.
All right,
Let's do it. Uh-oh. Good morning, America. I got to take another bite, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
This is so good. Now, I want to tell you about this bread, then I want to talk about sandwiches in general. Okay, zoning in on this amazing, amazing rye bread.
Yes.
Here they have a technique where they cook it twice. Once when they bake it, and then second time to make the outside nice and crisp. Did you notice if you got to the side there?
I was literally going to say how crunchy that crust is. It's so good. I think one thing I really want from a sandwich is like a little bit of texture contrast. Because if you just end up with like one very kind of homogeneous, mushy mouthful, it's not the most pleasant experience. Whereas just having that little bit of crunch on the outside.
Yes. Thick, crunchy, yet the inside, the rest of the bread, pillowy, soft. Very crucial when it comes to the sandwich.
Yeah, I think rye bread is just such a perfect vessel for these deli-style sandwiches. Obviously, we ate a lot of rye in the pastrami episode for New York.
Yes, we did.
And I quickly realized like how good it is for this job. Because it's like, that's a stacked sandwich. There's a lot going on in here. Been generous with the meat, with the coleslaw, with the cheese. But yeah, like, you know, wiggle it around.
Yeah.
Nothing's dropping
Give
out.
it a stress test.
A little shake. A little bit, there you go.
You mentioned our pastrami episode when we visited New York. Some say that the pastrami here is better than the pastrami in New York City.
It's very good pastrami. It's like got a real nice kind of bark on the outside to it.
It's tender though, very succulent.
It's really tender.
Because they slice it by hand and not using a slicer, the meat stays juicier and more tender, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Got that technique going on.
I would say at the very least, this pastrami is as good as New York pastrami. Just don't take my word for it. They said that since the inception of this restaurant, they estimate they have sold over 8 million pounds of pastrami, which roughly works out to about 300 pounds every day for the past 77 years.
They are moving pastrami.
Yeah, so
that's a lot of pastrami.
They're doing something right.
Goodness me. What else are you looking for in a sandwich? Obviously, you said like portability is quite helpful.
Yeah. We already talked about how important the bread is inside the sandwich. All the ingredients need to be able to work separately and work together, and also when together are almost like multipliers, like better than the sum of their own parts. Does that make sense?
100%.
So pastrami, if I was just having that straight up, I'd be like, this is maybe the best pastrami I've ever had. The slaw, the cheese, the dressing, all fantastic. But when put together, it feels like they're all bringing out the best parts of each other. They're all singing together in a chorus in my mouth. What? They're all, whatever that means. There's a harmony to the flavor that works. They're harmonizing. Okay.
I'm a capable singer.
What do you think?
I vaguely get what you're on about.
Is that an apt analogy?
I think so, yeah. There's
Great.
a choir here. We've got a few tenors going on, a few altos, maybe a soprano.
Yeah. So Langer's has 2 James Beard Awards. So obviously the sandwich is no joke. And even the LA Times inducted Langer's into their Hall of Fame, saying that this sandwich should be the official sandwich of Los Angeles.
That's high praise.
High praise.
Do you think it represents LA culture in that way?
Ooh, that's a big question.
We're getting deep this morning.
I mean, well, to understand the importance of Langer's in the sandwich, you got to go through a little bit of LA history, right? This restaurant opened around 1947, opened by the now owner's parents. He took over in the 60s. People don't realize this, but as much as there is a huge Jewish culture in New York, Los Angeles also has a very vibrant Jewish community. It has since like the early 1900s. So the continued success of this restaurant since then is they took what is great about Jewish cuisine and Jewish delis and brought it to the entire community.
So we also have the number 88, I believe you said.
That's right.
A little taste of this one.
Thought we'd go with the corned beef.
Yeah. Our waiter said that the number 19 is like the clear favorite,
Yeah.
but maybe like 30% of people will opt for the 88 or the 44.
This looks a lot closer to a Reuben. I can't see the
does.
Russian dressing on here, but
Yeah.
like that's Swiss.
They've not been shy on the sauerkraut.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ready for some tang?
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Oh wow. This is an excellent suggestion.
Really good. This one comes with Russian on the side.
Oh, duh.
Might do a little bloop bloop. Got a little.
Bit of a bloop.
Man. Oh man.
And that is Reuben. I don't know why they're not just calling it a Reuben. And that is, at the very least, the best Reuben I've ever had.
I think it might be mine as well. Yeah.
So-
I've not had that many Reubens admittedly, but wow, that's a really good sandwich.
As it compares to this one, though, I mean, it's like it's hard to compare, but yeah, I could absolutely see why this is tied for the number 19 as everyone's favorite.
I really love the texture of that fried rye bread or the toasted rye bread.
Yeah.
So crispy.
They must be toasting it on the grill, like right? Yeah, as opposed to like toasting the bread and then using toasted
Yeah,
bread.
'cause it tastes almost more like a fried bread
Yeah.
that would have like a fry up in the UK.
Yeah, fry up.
So good, man. It's
Yeah,
really
I think the main difference is I know that corned beef is boiled and pastrami is smoked.
good. Right.
The pastrami here is no joke; it's fantastic. Maybe the fact that the corned beef has such a pronounced flavor that it just bite for bite, it's jumping out more at me.
Yeah.
But if I was here not filming a show and just like enjoying a sandwich, I probably would lean toward the pastrami over the corned beef.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I might lean the other way. I think I almost prefer the 88 to the 19.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Well, the good news is for today, we're doing best sandwich. We are picking specific sandwiches, but we're trying other places. We're trying different menu items. So, if you want to take the corned beef to the finals with you over the pastrami, that's perfectly fine. That will be allowed for today's video.
That is within the rules.
And within the rules.
Surprise contender. It could be like an upset victory.
Yeah, dude. This is incredible. This is fantastic. You can see why this is considered one of the best sandwiches in LA.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. I've really enjoyed this. Good cultural launching pad, I think, for the rest of today's sandwiches.
Yeah, we'll save room, buddy, because we got 3 more excellent spots to go to, and I think I'm ready to go.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Oh boy. All right, off to a great start. Now we're heading over to Roma Market. Don't let the name fool you. It is a market, but real heads know that they have a sandwich there. Actually, one sandwich that's considered by many to be the best in Los Angeles.
Okay, let's go check it out.
Thank you. The signature Roma sandwich.
The sandwich. Yeah, I saw the sign on the outside, home of the sandwich.
Right?
Not home of the sandwich, just home of the sandwich.
The sandwich. How good does a sandwich have to be the only one they sell and be known as the sandwich?
I'd imagine pretty good.
Yeah. It is a sandwich of mortadella, capogal, gabagool, salami, and provolone cheese. The only sauce they put on here, if you want to call it sauce, is olive oil. Listen to me. The bread on this, crispy, crackery crust, fresh bread, baked every single day. There is a vegetarian option, which is artichokes and Swiss cheese. And no thanks. So we're getting the real event, the signature Roma sandwich.
Should we have a look?
Yes. Let's open it up.
Very Barbie-coded wrapping. I'm here for it. I'm sure that was what they had in mind when they wrapped it.
Look at this. Come on.
Oh, baby.
Yo. This thing looks incredible. There's a lot of history to this sandwich. Let's take a bite.
This thing, that's a wolf in sheep's clothing right there.
What do you mean?
It's a simple looking sandwich, but the flavors, a lot going on. Man.
Now the pro move with a sandwich, right in line, is also get some of their giardiniera. This sandwich, $6. That is a really nice price as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
This this whole thing of giardiniera was a little over $7, right?
Yeah.
And this is like for multiple sandwiches. I want to try it with the giardiniera. We'll do that in a second.
Yes.
So don't demolish the whole sandwich.
I'll
Check
try
this
it.
out. It all starts with a gentleman, Rosario Mazzeo, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Emigrated from Italy in the 50s and started working in the shop that would be eventually the Roma Market.
You say the 50s?
Yeah.
He's been there a while.
It's been a while. He's been working there 70 years, hasn't missed a day. He's there every single day. The guy is dedicated to the game.
Jesus.
All right, so 1959, all right? A wine importer or seller goes to Roma Market one day and asks Rosario to make him a sandwich. Very strange because at the time, they didn't have a deli counter, nor did they sell sandwiches. But Rosario's like, okay, grabs some bread, puts some meat and some cheese on a sandwich, gives it to the guy. Dude shows up the next day with 5 of his homies. We love that sandwich. We want another one. He's been doing it like that since. Hasn't changed the recipe, hasn't changed what he makes it with. Fresh quality ingredients. Said he makes between 600 and 900 of these a day. A day.
600.
We went in there, they had a bunch just sitting there waiting. They know these things are just going. And as you could tell, it's a fantastic sandwich. What do you think?
So you said there really weren't many ingredients in this, right? We got the bread. Is it 3 cold cuts? We got the mortadella, got the salami, got the gabagool,
Yes, sir.
capicola,
Yeah.
and some cheese. It's like
Provolone cheese.
provolone cheese.
Yeah.
Little olive oil. I was worried when you said there isn't really sauce on this, but honestly, like, even though the bread is quite bready, is a bit like on the dry side, just that olive oil and the kind of like juiciness of the meats and the cheese, I don't think it's lacking like a sauce.
So the cheese, as you know, provolone has a stronger flavor to it, and that pairs so well with the mortadella, which I love. And you have a bit of a spicier, stronger salami and capogal, but all of those kind of together in this like taste triangle, like they meet in the middle, so everything works together so well.
The amount of meat you're getting in there, these like thickly sliced cold
Yeah.
cuts, these are way thicker than like I would generally get from a deli or something like that. Kind of all you need.
Yeah, if Erewhon had a deli counter, that sandwich would be $500.
Easily, yeah. Don't forget your $60 smoothie to wash it down with on the end.
At this moment, I just realized I didn't get anything to scoop out the jardinera.
I mean,
How do I do this?
God gave us hands for a reason, you know. We've been doing this show for long enough.
I'm going first.
That's so upsetting. That's way more upsetting than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
oh,
thank
man.
you. Okay.
All right. I don't think we brought napkins either, so
All right, tight ship we're running over here.
Oh,
All
this-
right, let me see if I can,
Oh,
actually
Lord.
I'm gonna move it to the front to get it all in a bite.
the things we do on this show.
Oh
Thoughts?
my God.
Worthwhile addition. Let me get a jardinera bite.
Crucial. Listen to me, everybody watching. The jardinera is crucial. Oh man.
That was really good.
And I asked for hot and they delivered.
Got a spice to it.
I tell you, man, as a Chicago Italian, this is like hitting so much nostalgia for me.
Yeah?
I feel like I'm gonna be a little bit biased because, in a way, I've had this sandwich before, but in another way, I've never had a sandwich this good before.
No. Thank God for that one random like wine salesman who demanded a sandwich really rudely.
Hey, Pops, what's going on with my sandwich? He's just like shelving things like, what?
Sorry?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, fine.
Don't fill up. The next place we're going to is really fantastic. Open market. Let's head out right now.
Okay, I'll take this to go. Let's hit the road.
It's funny that like a lot of people try to play off like, is everything that's between pieces of bread a sandwich? Like, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Ooh, now we're getting philosophical. Have you seen that thing that was like every food can either be classified as a soup, a salad, or a sandwich?
That's right, I have.
What did you have for dinner last night?
What did a handful of crackers and some cheese.
I guess that's a salad
Why?
because it's not a soup because there's no liquid component.
But I think it'd be more considered a sandwich just like taken apart because it's bread and cheese.
I think a sandwich has to have some element of like layers going on here.
Okay.
You can't just have it all separately.
All right.
We had pasta last night. I had like a nice mushroom pasta.
What's that?
Ooh, it's a good question. It's somewhere between a salad and a soup.
Someone's gonna step in here real quick. A moment ago, you were like, everything can be categorized in these three things.
Yes.
And the first two things we came up with were like, I don't know what category it goes in. So just to put a button on it, a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Interesting.
It's a hot dog.
It's a taco.
Oh God. Right.
Open market.
Dude,
There we are.
this place, ridiculous. We're here in Koreatown. They've been here since 2021, and word is out that these sandwiches are some of the best in Los Angeles.
New kid on the block. I feel like the other sandwiches we're having are maybe like very traditional,
Exactly.
very historic.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, yeah, like a little bit more new, a little bit more different. Although, from what I'm seeing on the menu, definitely inspired by a lot of like classic LA stuff.
Glad you asked, my man. I mean, I could have taken you to so many newer places that have opened in the past 10, 15 years. The thing about Open Market, and the reason I wanted to come here, is that what the chefs and the owners are doing is they're taking styles and food cuisines that they have consumed their whole lives, being people who live in Los Angeles, and fusing them together for new things.
I think it's definitely brave, which I really commend. Like when you're taking very recognizable, very iconic, very well-known sandwiches and putting your own fresh spin on them. But I mean, we're here, so I'm guessing the responses have been really good so far.
I mean, the Olympic, which we're getting, for instance, is connected with the chef's love of Thai grilled chicken growing up, and also the classic Vietnamese banh mi. It's a lemongrass chicken sandwich that also has pickled radish, serrano mayo, mint, cilantro, basil, Nam, Jim, Vin, and crispy chicken skin. Get out of here.
Immediate fusion cuisine.
Right.
Yeah, we're taking Thai food, Vietnamese food, mixing it up in LA to create something completely new.
Yeah, so everything here is a homage to the many flavors and options and cuisines and cultures here in Los Angeles. Want to try something else on the menu? They're calling it the most interesting breakfast sandwich.
Okay, not necessarily the best, possibly the best,
Yeah.
but definitely the most interesting.
I don't know why it's the most interesting, but I think there's only one way to find out.
I agree.
Here we are, my guy.
I feel like we should start with the Olympic.
Yeah, definitely.
This looks and smells incredible.
I'm curious about how I understand crispy chicken skin
Yeah.
on the chicken,
Uh-huh.
but it looks like
It looks like maybe this
a lemongrass
chicken has been like
Yes.
de-skinned. They've crisped the skin up and then just like sprinkled it on.
Bro. Okay, let's do this.
All right. That is a phenomenal sandwich. It's really good.
The bread's fantastic too.
Bread's more like a classic like French baguette style bread. Nice and crispy on the outside, still sort of like airy enough that it's not falling apart under the weight.
Surprisingly, the mint flavor stands out a little bit. Not too much, not overpowering, but it really adds something to a delicious sandwich. There's also a serrano pepper mayo.
Yeah, a little heat to it.
Yeah.
The amount of char that you're getting on this chicken is brilliant. That's adding like a whole new flavor dimension as well.
The chicken's cooked perfectly, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of like the complexity of flavors,
Yeah.
I think this is the most complex sandwich that we've had today.
Definitely, definitely. And it is reminiscent of a banh mi. It's not a banh mi, I understand that it is not, but it has a kind of same like banh mi energy. You can see where they took the inspiration of that sandwich and brought it into this. It's really fantastic.
Yeah, particularly with the cilantro on there.
Yep.
Coriander, as we say in the UK.
Oh yeah.
But this is very much like still its own unique sandwich.
But that isn't the only sandwich we got on the plate here, buddy.
Yeah.
The owner, Ralph, described this as the most interesting breakfast sandwich.
Yes.
And you know, I like a little interest, a little intrigue in my breakfast, and that's way to start the day. But
Lot of ingredients going on here.
I know there's a house sausage patty. It's also cheddar cheese, a fried egg, pickled fennel, arugula, harissa tomato jam, and a paprika aioli, and that is a milk bun.
Should I try and
Yeah, it's good
halve
in
this
half.
for us?
If anyway, you're going to be breaking that yolk open too on that egg.
Oh, yeah, some yolkage. Some yolk has just escaped on my side. Stuck in, buddy.
Ooh. Interesting. It's interesting. It's also so delicious. That's so fantastic. Right? It's that harissa tomato jam in there that really adds
I was
to
going
it.
to say, man, I've like never had harissa on a breakfast sandwich before.
Oh, haven't you?
But now I kind of want to do it in the future.
Yeah, really good. And the arugula is a nice touch too. That sausage patty.
Egg is perfectly cooked.
Yep.
Runny yolk. I really like the milk bun actually. It's like a very soft texture to it.
I think it's fantastic. I
Very
think it's perfect for
gentle.
this. It's pillowy, so
Yeah.
And like a good sandwich, the bread keeps it all together. This is especially a messier, runnier sandwich with the egg yolk and the sauce, but no signs of it falling apart.
Do you have a favorite of the two that we've tried here?
Yeah, the Olympic. That's a really great sandwich. I really love it. I'm really impressed with how good it is.
I actually think it's really clever. I think the sandwich is a really good vessel for creating this like kind of fusion cuisine and your own unique thing. I think the sandwich is a little bit disrespected sometimes. I think people see a sandwich and they think, oh, you know, it's just a sandwich. It's like a lunch thing. But actually, it's such a good vessel for experimentation.
I mean, sandwiches are a smart business to get into. Do you want to guess how big the U.S. sandwich industry was in 2023?
Just in the US, maybe like $1 billion industry.
Surely you jest. 45.2 billion. Bro, we love our sandwiches in this country.
It's so much money.
To be fair, the popular sandwich chain Subway is responsible for about 8.5 billion of that. People are still eating at Subway.
Why?
I don't know.
Stop doing that.
I don't.
Come here and eat a delicious lemongrass chicken
If I had to
sandwich
do,
instead.
like, if I wanted to take my laptop out and work somewhere, I'd go to a Subway before I went to a cafe. I really wanted some peace and quiet?
My local Subway.
Yeah, go to the local Subway, man. And no one's bothering you in that place. All right, I want to try just about everything else we can on this menu, but I have another sandwich I wanted you to try, so let's get going.
All right, let's go.
We're on our way to our next sandwich spot, Philippe the Original. We're going to be getting their famous French dip. Ever had a French dip before?
The manicure or the sandwich?
The sandwich. The manicure's not called a French dip.
I'm pretty sure there's a French dip manicure, and I haven't had either.
No, is there really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is there really? This is a French manicure.
Yeah.
But it's not. You're not dipping it in any sort of like a juice. it's a regular French manicure, but your fingers kind of still smell and taste like the juices. So like if you bite your nails,
yeah, the varnish
it's like
smells of beef.
yeah. Okay. I'm my man. We're at Philippe's, the original, downtown LA, and we are getting their famed French dip sandwich. They put the delicious sliced beef on a roll, and they, you guessed it, dip it in au jus, gravy, whatever you want to call it. I think it's closer to an au jus than a gravy, but I think they refer to it as gravy. Now, this sandwich was actually invented here, or so they say. So it has been around since, geez, I think 100 years, probably even longer. It's a quintessential Los Angeles sandwich I'm having here. Also, they have pickled eggs that they pickle in beet juice, so they're purple. Pickled pig's feet. What do you think?
Okay.
All right, you seem a bit apprehensive, but I'll get us some sandwiches, possibly some pickled goods or some other sides. I'll put the order in right now.
Sounds great.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, you too. Oh yeah. Yo, I got some food.
Okay. Oh wow, those are actually pig's feet.
What did you think they were gonna be?
I don't know, but hey, here they are.
By the way, I got it wet, so this is as dipped as it gets.
Yeah.
Completely submerged.
You could call it some sloppy steak that we're eating right now.
That's right. There's dumped water on it.
All right, cheers, man.
Right?
I mean, they weren't kidding. It has been dunked in
Yeah.
au jus. I think going into this, we were talking about what we want from our like ideal sandwiches.
Yeah.
One of mine was kind of like texture. I think you need like a little bit of crunch in there. And
Okay.
a fear that I had going into this was that it was going to be a bit wet because it is dunked in liquid. I don't personally love the texture of the bread once it's been dipped.
I do want to make it fair to say that there are 3 levels of dipping: dipped, double dipped, and wet. I went wet. I went as dipped as possible. I believe that if you do less dipping, they just kind of like boop the bread in there, and I think it remains some of its crust. So if you have an issue with this wetness, that is on me. I'm going in for another bite, baby.
That said, while that is maybe a slight criticism from my side, I will say the flavor on the whole is excellent.
Right.
The flavor of the beef is fantastic. And the gravy as well just emphasizes that even more. Savory. And it's very juicy, as you can imagine.
Yeah. So there was a little bit of local lore about who invented the French dip. Philippe's claims that they invented it. Another restaurant here called Cole's also says that they invented it. The Thrillist did a deep dive investigation into it, and they came out saying they're pretty sure Philippe's is telling the truth, that they actually invented it. Now, the story goes something like this. Philippe's at the counter making a sandwich, and apparently dropped or is asked to dip the sandwich in the au jus that was sitting there. It was then a pork sandwich.
Sure.
Dipped it, gave it to the guy, he left. Days later, people kept coming back being like, what's going on with this dip sandwich? And since then, it has been on the menu, absolute hit. Like I said, it was originally a pork sandwich, then they switched to beef, which is the more traditional, well-known sandwich as of today.
Yep.
Do you want to try the pork?
Try the original. So technically the original was
Yeah,
pork,
this
you were
would
saying.
be the pork, yeah.
So let's give this one a spin.
All right. I guess the beef's really good.
Yeah, I did love
Tough
the
to
beef.
beat. But
I will say, regardless of like the assembly of the sandwich, both of these meats are like roasted to perfection.
yeah,
Super tasty, juicy, amped up even more by dunking it in that gravy. But I could happily just like eat both of those meats on their own.
they also have this house mustard that is very strong.
Okay.
I know you Brits like your mustard once you
We love our mustard and we love our strong mustard.
Yeah.
Let's give this one a quick spin.
I don't know if there's horseradish in there, but it definitely has a horseradishy strength to it.
Get in on that.
Oh yeah,
You got to get in on that. That's real good. It is spicy.
this is mine, right?
That'll clear your sinuses out.
That's really good.
That's the move.
Oh man, I'm gonna come here next time I'm stuffed
oh,
up.
Oh man.
Woo!
Woo! Honestly, putting that mustard on it has kind of just made me forget about the texture.
Wow.
And now this is like super delicious. This
Okay.
is very much like a classic roast beef and horseradish that you might get in the UK, just in a slightly damp sandwich form.
So Harry's tip is definitely have the sandwich in the restaurant. Don't get it delivered. Forget DoorDash. You need the mustard's key. Mm-hmm. Did you notice that we had pickled eggs? And they are this color because they pickle them in, I mean, not just beet juice, but beet juice is a part of it that flavors it and also dyes the color.
These things are gorgeous. They look beautiful.
Yeah.
You're not a massive pickles guy on the whole, right?
No. All right. pickled eggs, other pickled things I do enjoy. Speaking of which, okay, pickled pig's feet. I just saw this on the menu and thought, why not?
Why not?
This isn't what I thought it was going to be, and already I'm kind of like, what?
What did you think it was going to be?
I guess I thought they'd be smaller and.
Oh, and pigs are pretty big, right? Pigs are pretty large.
Oh no. I'm
just
thinking
gonna
like
kind of, I'm just going to kind of nibble at
right
it.
here.
Get stuck in.
What's the little guys?
They might be spicy. Watch yourself.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah, got a kick.
why did I do that?
And that's a wrap on Food Tours. Good night, everybody. Not too bad. I think, I mean, like,
Cool down with some sandwich.
I don't know exactly what I was expecting. I was hoping there would be like more meat on this, but it does seem to be mostly bone and tendon, which
That's the foot.
isn't the best. But, you know, slightly porky, mostly pickly, vinegary taste. It's all right.
You see on the wall, 1999 James Beard Foundation Award.
Above all the little Dodgers bobbleheads.
Yeah. It's all quintessential right there, yeah.
I'd say this is like a very non-pretentious restaurant,
Yeah.
which I really appreciate.
So it's the
Very
Everyman
down to
restaurant,
earth.
which I
Everyman
like.
restaurant.
Have we gone to one pretentious place today?
Not really, no. I mean, it's the sandwich, right? Sandwiches are not a pretentious food.
Exactly. Well, my friend went to 4 fantastic sandwich places today. Had more than 4 fantastic sandwiches.
Tasted a lot.
What's your favorite?
It's really hard to pick a favorite because we've had very different sandwiches over the course of today. I think for me, it would kind of be a very close call between a top 2, which would be the number 88 from Langer's, not
88?
the 19. The number 88, I think I actually slightly preferred, and the Olympic from Open Market. Do you have a top 1 or top 2?
Ooh, favorite? Yeah, I'm leaning that I think my favorite today was also the Olympic.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a really fantastic sandwich.
Yeah.
I thought everything about it just worked so well together. I mean, every other place we went to today, I feel like people are going to stumble upon it regardless, but Open Market's the one's like, yo, you need to go here and see what their guys are doing down there because it is absolutely amazing, new, inventive, delicious. I think honestly the 19 at Langer's was my close second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we both are Open Market and Langer's. I'm going to put Open Market number 1 and Langer's slightly number 2. I think the pastrami there was just like out of this world.
It's really good. Okay, now that you've said that, I think I will just slightly bump the 88 to my number 1 spot.
And I cannot stress this enough to not only you, but anybody watching this. Every single sandwich of today was like A to A+. If you're staying in the downtown or Chinatown area, gotta come to Philippe's. Like, it is a must. And if you're out in the Pasadena area, you know, you gotta hit Roma Market. I mean, every single one is like, if you're near one, go there because you're guaranteed to get an absolutely amazing sandwich. I think I'm ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm ready to be sandwiched between my mattress and a duvet right now.
Okay.
Let's go lay down.